everyone, CMeeCraft here, and welcome to, honestly, one of the most exciting projects I've embarked on. And this is what you're seeing here is kind of a behind-the-scenes early sort of version of this. I don't know, I'm really excited about what's going on here. I hope you are too. We are today, because I've got this idea for a video, and we'll see if it actually comes to fruition. I really hope it does, because I think it's going to be pretty cool. But the idea is it'll be a collaborative competition that I'm trying to host between a bunch of YouTubers, which will be a bunch of Mario Kart challenges, edited together all nice, like a kind of game show competition type thing over on the main channel. So that's the idea. I really am quite bullish on the idea. I think it's going to be, at the very least, very fun, and who knows, maybe a lot of people want to watch it. But to do that, so I need to come up with the actual challenges, or what I'm going to call the missions. Right now, the name for this as of right now, who knows if it's going to stick, but right now my idea is I'm going to call this Mario Kart World mission mode. But in order to do this, I need to come up with some missions, and I have written out quite a few right here on this phone. But before I'm able to actually use them for the show, I need to actually test them and see if they actually work, if they're actually good, if they're actually possible, and see if my competitors will have some fun with them. I think they should, hopefully. We'll see. I've got 10, and that's the idea of the form of the show. There should be 10 missions. I've got 10 missions ready. We're going to see how quickly I can do them all. I'm hoping it'll take around 1 to 2 hours. We'll see. We'll see. But these are all going to be done in free roam mode of Mario Kart World, and I am not allowed to teleport. So I've got to actually navigate around the world, and so to that end, like, actually planning routes and stuff is going to be important. But let's get into this. Alright, so, but there is one rule, though, which is, so, the idea, my current idea for the format is the competitors only know 3 missions at a time. I obviously know all of them, so if this does end up happening, and don't compare my times to theirs, because I've got an unfair advantage, because I've made the missions, and I know what they all are ahead of time, whereas they'll be discovering them as they go. So I'm going to try to do a reasonably efficient route. But the one rule I do have, so I'm not allowed to teleport, except I get to choose where I start. And once I teleport to wherever I am starting, I forget how you open the map. There it is. Once I actually teleport to where I'm starting, that's when time starts for my mission. So there's a very particular place I want to start. I want to start at the question mark block ruins, because one of the missions, the first one we're going to try, is Falling with Style, which is to perform 25 mid-air tricks before touching the ground without being in plane mode. And I think Great Question Mark Block Ruins, that's extremely high up. That's going to be the best place to do this. So let's go. All right, and once this loads in, time starts. Okay. Oops, don't go there. All right, so we're just going to fall off here, and we'll see how it goes. We'll get slightly more height, I think, if we start from this side over here. I think we should have enough airtime. This is one that I'm not entirely certain if it is possible, but hopefully it is. So we'll jump off from here. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 for good measure. Probably could have gotten up to 30, but I think that's fine. Alright, so that is mission 1 done already. Okay. My phone fell asleep. Why would you do that to me, phone? Alright. Next up. So we have 10 missions here. Okay, this one is what we probably have to do next. Cataquack to the skies. We need to get launched by a Cataquack while in plane mode. So, obviously, if we want to get that done, we're going to probably want to go over to Peach Resort. As soon as I can figure out how to get out of this pond. Alright, and we are on the clock. We want to try obviously, I'm not competing directly against my competitors, but I do want to put up a good time. Don't want to embarrass myself. And right now, I'm doing exactly that, because I can't figure... Okay. If that's the ramp, then it has to be... Is the ramp double-sided? I guess I could just look at the map. I'm allowed to use the map. I just can't teleport with it. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a road over there. Okay, so we want to get to Peach Resort for Peach Beach, because that's obviously where all the Cataquacks are. Now, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty easy to find a... I think we want to take a right here. Anyways, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty easy to find a place where we can easily ramp. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where we're going. Peach Beach over there. So I'm that's actually a really nice view. That's framed very beautifully. They should make it. They should make the Grand Prix go this direction instead, honestly. Because I know there are plane ramps in Peach Beach. I know this is where you're going to find Cataquacks. The question is, are any of them angled in such a way that we can actually make this happen? This is another one that I'm not 100% certain if it's actually possible going into it. And obviously, if any of these prove to be completely impossible, then we're doing this as kind of to see what's going on, see what is possible, and make sure everything works. So if something isn't possible, then we can change it. But I'm hoping this should work, because this is a fun challenge, I think. Or mission, sorry. They're missions. Got to stick with the branding. That hasn't been completely determined yet. So obviously there were Cataquacks there, but the thing is we need to find a glider ramp. Now I know there's the one that is up here along the main path of the track, but I don't think there are any Cataquacks immediately next to that one. So that could be a problem. And that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head over in this zone, unless we can maybe get one off a boat or something. It's possible there could also be some that are just on the resort surfaces in general. Maybe there's one on the roof somewhere. And I haven't really explored this place thoroughly very much. So this is, and we have mushrooms, which is nice. So can we? Yeah, because this is my concern. I don't think there's really Cataquacks over here. Obviously, our mushrooms can extend us a bit, but there weren't any Cataquacks in that direction at all. Okay, we're gonna have to think about this one. I think there are some boats that have glider ramps. So that might be our next thing we try. Maybe. Okay. Already this is a little tougher than I was expecting. Is that ramp a glider ramp? It's possible. I've never been up there before. Yeah, so because we want to get hit by a Cataquack while in plane mode. I don't think there's any items that put you in plane mode, like the star doesn't, or the feather doesn't do that. Though, feather's actually pretty good to have. Oh, is that what type of ramp? That's a normal ramp, okay. Feather is good to have because it does let us extend the duration of our flights somewhat. Okay, there's gotta be more than just that one glider ramp in this whole zone, right? Surely. Okay. Okay, that's not helpful. That's just a question mark panel. Okay, this is a good place to view. Oh, that's a glider ramp right over there. Okay, it's facing in the wrong direction, but we might. Hopefully, we can. Like, how do we get there? I've never been there before. All right, so. I mean, we can take a left somewhere, surely. Okay, right over here. Oh, wow. This is really hidden away. Okay. Now, the tough thing is, again, that's facing in the exact opposite direction where we actually want to... Okay, well, that didn't work. I don't want to use my feather in case I need to use it for the glider ramp. Okay, we just gotta build up a little more speed. Kind of tough on such a small area, but hopefully we can make it work. Okay. Good. Okay, and then we got this. That's a normal ramp. Okay, so here's our glider ramp. If we could... So the Cataquacks are left and around. Like, this is going to be a tough one. But if we hit this, on an extreme angle, maybe we can make this work. Unfortunately, that boat is just one of the transformation boats. What about the Yoshi boat? Is that a normal ramp or is that a glider? Just as a potential plan B. That's a normal ramp, okay. So that is not a potential plan B. Okay. Yeah, so we want to just kind of hit this on as much of an angle as possible. Okay, that's not bad. Actually, If we used our feather, I think that's actually the exact angle we want. Obviously, hitting the land is not ideal, but I think you can make this happen. Okay, okay, okay. We are en route. We are actually doing it. I didn't actually think this one would be possible. Yes! All right, we got attacked by a Cataquack while in plane mode. There we go. All right. That is 2 down. 8 to go. Okay, our next ones. Okay, so we have one that takes us all the way to Desert Hills. There's one that happens over near Boost Cinema. That might be our next place, honestly. There's something for Cheap Falls, but that involves a lot of travel after Cheap Falls. You know, I think it's... Ooh, actually, we can get started on another mission while we're here. One of the missions is called Mirror Mode. I have to complete a lap on three different tracks backwards. So Peach Beach, actually, I think is... Now, the tough thing is there's a lot of tracks where that's just not going to be feasible. But for Peach Beach, that's going to be really easy. So, hold on. I'm going backwards right now. So, yeah, 3 different tracks we got to do this for. Okay, yeah, because this is our normal starting line, and normally you'd be going right this way. So we just got to... Watch where you're going, man! Okay, and yeah, this is going to be a really easy lap to complete. You just go along this way. And then, like, if you go straight here, that's your, like, route tracks. If we don't want to go straight, we take this way. I wonder if we could have done this for Great Question Mark Block Rooms, too. I don't think so, but maybe. Oh, let's use our mushroom, yeah? And obviously we're on the clock, so any extra speed we can get is beneficial. Alright, and there we go. That is 1 of 3 tracks done backwards. Now, I think our next stop... Ooh. I think we want to get to Boost Cinema, but I do think... Let's stop by Sky High Sundae on the way? Yeah, I think that's going to work. And I will let you know why we are doing that when we get there. Thereabouts. Okay, is this feather going to be useful? Not immediately. Ooh, helicopter. If we could ride a helicopter, that might speed up our journey. I think this is the right way. I honestly haven't spent as much time in the Mario Kart World free roam mode as I would like. But I think this... Or wait, hold on. I think this is the... This takes us to the savannah. I think we actually should have turned right. There. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You can't be making these sorts of mistakes if you want to get a good time. And obviously we don't have to take the roads, but I think they're generally going to be faster than off-roading. Okay, there's a Salty Swelter Speedway. This is the direction we'll be heading in. Yeah. Yeah, going to the savannah from Peach Beach, it's just so ingrained in me because I took that one route so many times during my No Coins Challenge that, yeah, it's kind of become my default mode of being. Okay, I think we take a left here. Okay, I really wish that sign actually had, like, useful signage on it instead of just saying, have a nice day. Like, thanks for the well wishes, but some navigational aids would be helpful because that's, you know, your whole thing. Anyway. And obviously we can hit some question mark blocks along the way, maybe get some speed boosting items. You know, every little bit of an advantage you can wring out helps in this challenge. Like, for example, a cannon, and actually this cannon. It's a good time for a cannon, I think. There we go. We're going all Donkey Kong mode up in here. Okay, there's Star View. Peak, you can see that over there, which means we are heading in the correct direction. And honestly, I think we're just going to ford this river. I think that's going to be the best way through. Alright. So we want to head to the Sundae, Sky High Sundae, which is near Starview Peak, but we're going to have to take a pretty sharp right here pretty soon, I think. Honestly, I feel like it should be like right next to... okay, it might be a little further into the snow, easily. Okay, I think maybe... Okay, these signs are Worthless. Okay, I think this right might be the most direct way to Starview, or not to Starview. We don't need to go to Starview. We need to go to Sky High Sunday. Now we might not actually need to go to Skyview Sunday, but or Sky High, whatever it is, the ice cream track. But I do think it's required. Or it might not be technically required, but I don't know where else to get what we need from there, if not from there. Because what we're looking for is ice cream. Now, there might be some Yoshis, like in the city or something, that have ice cream, but I know for certain we can get ice cream from Sky High Sunday. And actually, it might be worth even just picking one up here, see if it's the correct type. Oh, that's ice cream. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, from here, let's head to Boo Cinema. That is... because there is one of the missions we're going to have to do, and it's going to take a while. But we need to eat ice cream at... what's it called? Desert Hills. So, we want to... Obviously, we're not heading in that direction now, but we definitely wanted to pick up the ice cream while we were in this region, because it's going to be very hard to source from elsewhere. Okay, so still ways away, but I think we're generally on the right road here. Could have gone left or right there. I think they both lead basically to the same place. We are at DK Pass. We don't really have any business here at DK Pass, but we have our ice cream. Now, I don't think we're going to need to use a power-up before we eat this ice cream, but obviously carrying the ice cream does have a bit of a cost associated with it. Also, how the heck is this not a battle track? What the heck? Like, this is a... Man, I swear, like, they use some of the lamest locales in this game for the battle tracks. The various thing, too, is I think there's even a snow battle track, but it's just a random ski slope. Instead of that, like, that area I was just driving to looked very arena-like to me. Okay, I need to check my map again. This is a confusing place. Okay, we need to head, like, sharp right at the earliest opportunity. Which I think this is taking us there? We'll see. I've never really explored this side of the map in any great detail. Man, the music is nice. Very, like, slow and jazzy at night. Doesn't really match the tenor of what we're doing right now, but... Like, we are in a race for our lives here. Okay, hold on. So, Dandelion Depths, I think that is where we want to kind of see if we can cut through there. That should be en route to Boo Cinema from here, I think. Let's just not get caught up in the depths. Yeah, we don't need to go on the actual track itself. We want to get out of here as soon as plausible. Okay. And from here, I think this direction is a straight shot to Boo Cinema. Obviously, I could check the map, but every time we check the map, we're wasting time, potentially. So, if I'm confident, we go with it. Okay, you should be able to see it pretty soon if I was right. I think I was right. Maybe I should check the map. Just in case. And this seems like the right sort of... weather? Oh no, that's Moo Moo Meadows. Okay, so we've just gone entirely the wrong way. Alright, a hard right here. Okay, see, this is why you check your map. Alright. Not making good time here. Not what you want to see, but maybe we can get some time made up with these guys over here. Every little speed advantage you gotta take. I remember this side of the map is really confusing. I've got a terrible time navigating in the wooded area. Is that Mario Circuit? Luckily Mario Circuit is actually on the way of where we want to go. Somehow. Only because we took a wrong turn earlier, but yeah, you take what life gives you. Okay, I think we want a hard right here. No, hard right takes you to Starview Peak, so we want to go around Mario... Okay, we do kind of want to go to Starview Peak. We just want to take a left when we get the opportunity. Because Boo Cinema and Starview Peak, they're in the similar area geographically. I think this is where you want to go. Now, the problem is, this might just take you to the wooded area. I don't know. So far, it looks okay. Like, I feel like every time I try to go to Boo Cinema, I end up at Acorn Heights instead. So, not sure what the deal is with that. But we're trying to break that trend today, obviously. Okay, can we just get over this? Okay, we can. Lovely. Cut those corners again when you get the chance. Okay. See, this is where I get confused. Ow. Okay. See, if we continue straight here, it would be to Acorn Heights. But we want to go... I want to go to Boo Cinema. Does this train track lead to Boo Cinema? Oh. I guess it's on brand for a ghost house to be hard to find, but, like... it is a nightmare for me to find. Every time. Like, I always either go to Starview Peak or Acorn Heights. Which makes sense, it's been between those two tracks, but, like... Like, my vibes navigation, it doesn't work. Okay, this is looking pretty haunted. I think a sharp left here. Alright, yeah, that's a big sign for Boo Cinema. Can't mistake that. Oh, there's King Boo. We don't really have business with him. Alright, because at Boo Cinema... And actually, let me slow down here so we can read what our actual mission is. At Boo Cinema, our mission is... Horror Marathon. Complete 10 laps of Ghost Valley 2. If I fall off the track, I've got to start over from 0. So we got to look for those piers with the Ghost Valley tracks. Now, I'm not sure if I can tell by sight which one of the 3 is Ghost Valley 2. Luckily, there is a P-Switch mission that will tell us which one is Ghost Valley 2. Ghost Valley 2 is the one that was on Wii, I believe. So I should recognize it in theory, but we'll see. And obviously the tough thing about a marathon on these tracks is the fences fall away over time. I think Ghost Valley 2 is this one over here. And we'll check this P-Switch and see if it's Ghost Valley 2. This is Ghost Valley 3. Okay, this is the wrong one. Okay, see, this is why you check. And which one's Ghost Valley 2, then? Maybe it's this one? And it would make sense for 2 to be right next to 3. Alright, are you Ghost Valley 2? No, this is Ghost Valley 1. Okay, so Ghost Valley 2 has to be the far one, then, over there. That's fine. Again, this is why you check. Oh, I just realized... Why did I lose my items? Was it because I activated the P-Switch? I don't know. But my ice cream is gone, which is terrible, because... Okay, that's fine. Okay, this one has to be Ghost Valley 2. Let's see if we can find the P-Switch just to confirm. There it is, okay. So we gotta do 10 laps of Ghost Valley 2. Here we go. Yes, it's this whole twisty thing. Alright, and the P-Switch will count this as our, where our laps begin. We can't fall off. Now, obviously, you could be more cautious and avoid falling off that way, but speed is important here. Right? Oh, really? Ultimate... No! Okay. Alright, okay. Alright, starting over. Here we go. Alright, gotta watch out. Those mushrooms, they don't always help in the way you think they would. Because, like I was saying, you want to be cautious so you don't die. But, ultimately, we are trying to go for a fast time, so we do want to be reasonably quick. I think it's this way? Yeah, okay. Alright, that is lap 1 of Ghost Valley 2. It's not the hardest track in the world, but I mean, obviously there's a lot of opportunities to fall off. And we gotta do it 10 times. And that's sludge. Like, I think you could, in theory, drown in that, which is concerning, obviously. Cool. Cutting a bit too close there, but... Oh, dang. Alright, that is lap 2. 10 laps may have been a bit much. This is actually a good-sized track. The scale on these is not bad. In the slightest. Okay. Ooh! Okay. Unfortunately, we have lost our ice cream, so we're going to have to take a detour through the snow on our way out of here, but it's fine. I don't think it'll be hard to find another ice cream cone. All right, that is 3 laps of Ghost Valley 2. Three laps of the best Ghost Valley track, one might argue. Ooh, okay, there we go. Get a little speed, so that doesn't slow you down as much. That's good, that's good. Alright, that is 4 laps of Ghost Valley 2. Ooh, okay. Getting a little careless. But I also want to go fast, so it's a tension. We're on our 5th lap, right? I think. Alright. That is 5 laps of Ghost Valley 2. We're halfway done. I think. I might do 11 just to be safe. Okay, lap 6 completed. Good thing I didn't make this Ghost Valley 3. I think Ghost Valley 3 is harder. Although maybe that would have been better. Who knows? Right, that is lap 7. And this really is quite the marathon. But this is a good, like, it's not brain dead. Like, you can fail at this in theory. But it's not so difficult that it really should be that big of a problem. Alright, that is lap 8? Or is that lap 7? We'll call that 7. I'd rather do 1 or 2 too many laps than 1 or 2 too few. Alright, this is definitely 8. Alright, 9. One more. Well, we're gonna do 2 more just to be safe. Just to make sure I haven't accidentally undercounted. Oh, that was clean. Alright, this is lap 10. Alright, we're going to do 1 more just for safety. Put the number at 11 just in case I accidentally undercounted. I think I've gotten better at this track as we've been doing this. Like, considerably better. Ooh, okay, maybe not that considerably better. Imagine falling off now. Okay, that is 11. So we have definitely completed Ghost Valley 2. Now we're going to grab some ice cream.